Okej, moi drodzy, mamy wampyrkę. No. Mamy wampyrkę. Chyba to. Mamy wampirki i podjąłem dosyć oczywiste, znaczy może nie oczywiste, ale dosyć drastyczne kroki co do stylu prowadzenia mojego wampyra. Doszedłem do wniosku, że będę zjadał wszystkich, których tylko mogę, ale pod warunkiem, że ich jakość krwi jest odpowiednia, czyli na maksa. Nie będziemy zjadali kiepskiej jakości krwi, to szkodzi na wątrobę. Ostatnio byliśmy tam, udaje się do Whitechapel. Okej, zobaczmy ludzi, kogo możemy wpierdzielić w tej dzielnicy. Jakość krwi mierna. Możemy Fidika zjeść. Kto to był Fidik? A, to był ten ziutek, co miał rękę złamaną. Możemy zjeść Elwooda i możemy zjeść Hawcroft. Możemy zjeść Rakesha. Nie możemy, bo tego mogę, reszty nie mogę, bo nie mam hipnozy aż takiej wysokiej. Tutaj mam jeszcze dwie zagadki, czy tam, jak to się tam nazywało. Tego jeszcze nie mogę. Nie mogę, dwójka, trójka, jedynka. Elwooda. Dobrze. To pójdziemy sobie zjeść Elwooda. Dokonamy pierwszego morderstwa. Bo nawet pamiętam, gdzie Elwood był. To był ten poparzony, nie? I on był gdzieś tutaj. O chwilę, tutaj coś miga. O trzasku i drewnianych kołkach. Dobra, przyznam się szczerze, że nie chce mi się za bardzo tego czytać.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Doctor.
Soldier.
I'm fine. Just do...
F. Dobra, Q, hipnozuj. Gdzie możemy iść? Tutaj jest jakiś zaułek. W ogóle bez kapy. Na pewno nikt nie zwróci na to uwagi.
So this is how it ends. Farewell, my life, you betrayed me, God.
Okej. No to ten zjedzony. Mamy 2800 punktów, w związku z czym można by się udać na spanko. Dobra. I się troszkę podbufować. Co ja chcę? Mi się te pasywki podobają, tak szczerze powiedziawszy. Dobra, dodamy sobie kolejną. Może jeszcze jedną. A, bo to 600 już kosztuje. A, niech będzie. Mogę mieć serum. Zwiększyć liczbę naboi, które możesz mieć przy sobie. A, może być to. Tego jeszcze nie mam. Dobra, zostało mi jeszcze 1000 punkcików. Mgłaścienia, pazury. Mam wrażenie. To jest. Może tam autofagię? Aha, 1300, dobra, tyle nie mam już. Tutaj staje się niewidzialny. To ile kosztuje? 1000. No dobra, to jest umiejętność ostateczna. Kolejnej nocy. No i co się stało? No nic. Nic interesującego się nie stało. Dobra, zobaczmy jakie mamy questy. udaj się do Whitechapel, to było to. I tutaj mamy tak, sukces. Aha, ukradnij raport. Udaj się do apteki. Tu brak i tu brak. Okej. Udaj się do Whitechapel. To musimy iść przez most, no i gdzieś tam prosto. Dobra, no to chodźmy. Ej, a kim ty jesteś? Chyba coś pomyliłem. Yep. Nie wiem, czy da się zwiększyć ilość krwi. W sumie też bym sobie zwiększył ten pasek. Dobra, musimy odnowić staminę. I możemy znowu biec. Świetna mechanika. Tam jest ten wampir na 18 poziomie, czy tam, jak on się nazywał. No tutaj też coś jest. To są łowcy wampirów chyba. Cicho mnie tak. Au.
There's one of them vermin.
A, już. Okej. Szylingi. Witam cię Sebo bardzo serdecznie, w subskryberów i dziękuję za wspieranie kanału. 10. miesiąc z rzędu. Welcome to the family, my friend. Co to było? Znalazłem śrubkę. No to gra gitarka. Czy my tu mamy coś do przeszukania? Tak średnio z tego co widzę. Kurde. Tutaj coś jest. Tu są zamknięte drzwi. Może zamotałem się. Tu mam iść po tych schodach, nie? Tak. Prosto przed siebie. Tu są jakieś plakaty. Chcesz wiedzieć więcej? Okej. No, wydaje mi się, że niezbyt to ciekawe. To co jest? Okienko życia? Nie, kominek. Okej. Prosto i w lewo na jakimś rozwidleniu. A w ogóle dlaczego ja nie mam umiejętności? Chwilę, ja tego nie wziąłem? A może nie wziąłem? A w sumie po co, kurde, mogłem przeczytać co robią te umiejętności ostateczne. O tym nie pomyślałem. No siema. Ej, on się jakoś nazywa. Roger Moore. Kurde, ciekawe czy to nawiązanie do tego co grał w Błądzie. Ej, użyjmy tej piątki. No niezbyt to efektowne. Halo, halo, Mietek, spokój. Dobra, może użyjemy sobie jedyneczki. Dobra, nie mam staminy. Sorry gościu, muszę się odsunąć. To była ciężka walka. Nie ukrywam. Tu coś mamy. Tu coś mamy. Dobra. Do tyłu i w tą alejkę po prawej. Gdzie mam iść dalej? Udaj się do Whitechapel.
Whitechapel.
Aha!
This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Okej. Wtedy mi się w ogóle misja pomyliła. Myślałem, że robię tą z tą wariatką, co myślę, że jest wampirką. No, trudno się mówi. Muzyczka off. Powiedzcie mi, czy się zatrzyma. A, nie, czekajcie, dobra. Odkryłem klawisze multimedialne na klawiaturze. Tam jest dwóch typów. Chwila, muszę iść w prawo gdzieś tutaj. To kto? I ziomek se leży. O. Jakieś morderstwa tam doszło. Czy ja mogę z tobą pogadać albo coś?
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
Szukam siostry
Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital. Have you heard anything?
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's just a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
What can you tell me about...
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You mean you used to have a better...
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. And now I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
You don't have anywhere to go? No family that would welcome you?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
Perhaps you could focus...
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Okej. To niby coś jeszcze jest.
No. Yeah.
You'd...
Tu nie ma nic.
Perhaps... What?
No.
You mean...
Yeah.
Okej.
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just frayed me last nerve.
O, migrena, środek na
You
migrenę.
don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
Mogę go zjeść, ale najpierw... Aha, środek na migrenę, dobra.
I will see. A gun? Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
What happened?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk...
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Goodbye,
Okay.
young man.
Me, I'll not die in some piss.
To se pogadali, chłopaki. Okej, idziemy dalej. Ich. Gdzieś w lewo.
Someday you'll understand. You've...
No,
Good
kolejny
evening,
jest.
Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
A gun, alcohol.
Dobra. To jest kolejna.
Good evening,
Laska.
miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she
Dobrałem
provides some
prysznic,
sort of
dokładnie
medical
tego.
care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Tell me, who...
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Dziękuję.
Is there anyone I...
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
I'd like to see what...
Szklana. No. No nieźle.
Good evening.
O, trzeci poziom.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I'm perfectly fine thanks to my miraculous elixir. You, on the other hand, look pale and tired, Doctor.
Goodbye,
Dobra.
Miss...
Nie ma co z nią gadać, idziemy dalej. To kto to jest? To jest ten Benjamin? Chyba
Good
da.
evening, Benjamin.
I'm afraid not.
A gun?
Okay. Gdzie to ma być? To ma być gdzieś tu. O, nawet mamy znaczek. Proszę, proszę.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To
To
sobie
enter that
pogadali.
house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Nobody at home.
Gdzie on zniknął? A, tu jest.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes.
Ale ona ma
I
świetną
saw
minę.
him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Dariusz jest prawą ręką Dorothy Crane. Okay.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Kościół, a gdzie jest kościół? A tutaj. Czyli wychodzimy tędy i idziemy w górę. Kim jesteś, ziomek?
Welcome, sir. Please.
I am Dr. Reed. I would like to ask...
Doctor? Interesting.
Have you heard of a...
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? Always thought she was just some
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrants. Why would that make her a villain?
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Dorothy rozdaje darmowe lekarstwa. Okay.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
Czuję. Czaję.
As a merchant, you...
What you mean besides the epidemic? What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town has been a bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Jest pan ranny,
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Jest pan ranny.
No, but that's only because I ran like hell.
Do you need help?
I only need you to purchase something from my...
Faktycznie jest zdrowy.
Right then. Show me what you have.
Ja nawet nie wiem, czego potrzebuję, żeby coś kupować. Ty kim jesteś?
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist.
A doctor, you say? It's quite...
Really? But still, here...
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Jakiś ty niemiły
Can I
mietek.
offer you?
The name is Colossus Joe.
No, true story. Poziom trzeci.
Have you heard...
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
O, to jednak nie jest taki zły.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
O, jesteś kryminalistą, mogłeś odmówić. Przetrwanie to jedno.
You are a criminal who endorses criminal activity. The least you could do is stop hiding behind this pretense.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Joe Peterson. Byli kiedyś dobrymi przyjaciółmi.
According to you, physician...
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation.
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
May I ask?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Jaki on niemiły.
Goodbye, Mr.
No, co tu jest?
Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy. He asked me to look for you.
So my father actually worries about me then? Okay then. Come on in. I'm Harry, by the way.
Kurde, wtargnięcie do domu. Podstępem. Dom Petersonów. Duża fiolka z pigułkami. Czekaj, młody, ojebę ci chatę, a później pogadamy. Jesteś u góry?
It's locked.
No nie, no czemu zablokowana? Ile tu coś jeszcze jest? Szanowny panie Peterson, z przykrością informuję, że pańska aplikacja do pracy w Stoczni została odrzucona. Dziękujemy za czas, który pan poświęcił na wizytę w naszym biurze i wyjaśnienie swojej trudnej sytuacji wynikającej z choroby syna i utraty ukochanej żony. Mam jednak obowiązek powiadomić pana o restrykcyjnej polityce naszej firmy, która ostro sprzeciwia się zatrudnieniu dawnych kryminalistów i skazantów. Pana niefortunne powiązania z cieszącą się tą samą szajką chłopaków Marka Kolasza zostały należycie odnotowane. Żyjemy w trudnych czasach. Finch and Harper pragnie w pierwszej kolejności wynagrodzić pracowników spełniających ten pewniejszy warunek. Okej. Okej. To już wiemy, czemu tak pracuje. Profesjonalne łowca wampirów. Witam cię, Gultrax, bardzo serdecznie wszystkich subskryberów. Dziękuję za wspieranie kanału subem drugiego poziomu 7 miesiąc rzędu. Welcome to the family, my friend. Dobra. Pogadajmy z ziomeczkiem. A, to są drzwi.
So, may I ask...
I'm not bothered.
Do you...
Yes, I know her. She came here to examine me when I was very sick. She said...
Okay.
How do you feel?
I'm fine.
Speak.
Ale jest w sobie kondycji i często choruje, zmęczenie.
Of which, what can you tell me about?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all.
Forgive my bluntness, young man, but you don't seem happy living in Whitechapel.
Why should I? I never wanted to come here in the first place. It was my
Możesz nazywać to miejsce domem, może być tylko lepiej twój ojciec.
I'm sure your father did his best when he found this house. Times are tough for everyone, young man.
That's exactly what my father says. Harry, you should be grateful for what you've got. I wasn't...
If life here...
I don't go outside. It terrifies me so. I went outside once without my father noticing and I saw terrible things. Bloody and frightening things.
So that's why you stay at home all day? For fear of the epidemic?
I'm not afraid of disease or death, Dr. Reed. It's the living I'm afraid of.
Kurde. Przejebane ma chłopaczyna.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Nie ponosi odpowiedzialności za ojca, rozmawiaj z panem Louisem.
I don't go out often, but yes. And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
But you are not responsible for...
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Ojej.
Would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
I can't say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities, but I'm not sure it would be enough.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reed. Or it's this life. It's like I can't find my place.
Goodbye, young man.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Musisz jednak HS-a streamować, brak tej ikry w innych grach. Tak, muszę. Nie mogę żadną inną grę pograć, tylko muszę w Hearthstone'a. Jakaś kolejna.
Don't be shy, handsome.
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions if I
Ej, mnie interesuje.
I'm a doctor.
All right then, but be quick. Though I
Zazwyczaj każdy sobie płacić za robotę ustami.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crasionescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed, or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Twoja profesja jest groźna dla zdrowia, nie dbasz o zdrowie klientów.
Considering your line of work, I assure you it is only a matter of time before you have health issues.
If it is going to happen, it will happen. Right now, I need money. That's what's important.
You can...
And you think that would worry me? If you knew the men I deal with, their health would not be what you'd worry about.
Tell me about it.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
Krystyna Popa. Nikt nie chce zatrudnić Krystyny, ponieważ jest imigrantką. Powinieneś po innej pracy, nie oceniam cię, sama postanowiłeś kupczyć ciałem.
I'm sure you could have found another job, perhaps less lucrative. Maybe you should try again.
And when exactly was the last time you looked for a job? Or worried about the rent, or what, or when you were going to eat?
Okay.
Do you need any assistance, Miss?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Do you need any...
Your money is the only thing I need right...
Goodbye, miss.
Okej. Nie możemy z jej usług skorzystać. Trochę lipa. Kim jesteś, mnie tak nieznany? Siema.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed.
A scientist? You are much more like...
Do you know nurse?
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses.
Nie lubisz pielęgniarek, stąd to nienawiść do
Why do you
wszystkich
hate
tutaj.
Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
Potajemnie działała w ruchu oporu. Okej.
So you're not exactly a fan.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fiber.
Don't you?
I've been touched by God's.
Okay.
Have you any?
No. But I.
Where did you?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the
Gdzie mur?
pestilence and
Przez
evil
zamknięte?
grows night after night.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true, but
Odzyskaj zwłoki Samuela z cmentarza. Pakunek Bareta.
I have heard enough.
Może to o tego chodzi. O.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry.
Takie stroje były w tamtych czasach?
But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Twoje śledztwo wątpienie. Nie co? Twoje śledztwo.
Do you need a...
That would be nice of you, Doctor.
I will see you later. Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on.
Mur przez zamknięty dawniej groźna choroba zakaźna. Okej. Czaję. Kurde, nie wiem co tam było.
If no one stops it, this epidemic could turn into a scourge. It may kill more people than the war itself.
Yes, this is another kind of war, but just as deadly. History will judge us all for what we did and what we did not.
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable of you.
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Have you any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
Wątpię.
I'm convinced.
Czy to ma jakiekolwiek znaczenie?
Really?
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and...
Do you think things will ever change?
I believe this...
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious, never goes out, doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
O kurde.
He has no
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never...
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby.
Chwilę jeszcze E.
Do you need...
A, okej.
I will... Goodbye, Mr.
Znajdź skrzynkę i list, znajdź Richarda, Nicoleta. Cześć, Nicolet, gdzie jesteś? Strzelam, że gdzieś tutaj będą wampiry. Yep. Ty Weno się ogarnij nim, tak. Dobra. Już. Znalazłem trupa, co zrobię? A wezmę sobie z niego jakieś rzeczy i... Dobra. Nie ma go tu. Raczej nic nie ma. Warto w to zagrać? Jak masz za darmo, to można pograć, ale wydawać 2 stówki na to, to nie bardzo.
Good evening. Please, really.
I'm tak. Pozwolę sobie to szybko przeklikać. No nie chce mi się kolejnego dialogu znowu ten... 10 minut słuchać. A nie podejrzewam, żeby ono... Kamelia jest murzownikiem, która uważa ją za niewyjaśnioną zagadkę. Okej. Mniejsza dąży Kamelia za swoją muzę oraz niewyjaśnioną zagadkę. Okej.
Oh yeah? May I ask you a few questions?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Do you need medical?
It may be wise to let you prescribe.
I will see. I'll leave you.
Okej. Guzik się w sumie dowiedziałem. Czy nie, no dobra, dowiedziałem się, że ten typ był politykiem w Rumunii. Gdzie jest ta skrzynka? Gdzieś tutaj. Strzelam, że raczej nie tutaj. Okej. Ile tu jest brama? Niewielki bokiet, w którym ukryto kupon na darmowe badania lekarskie. Komedia pokryjemy rozdaje tarne zabiegi medyczne. Okej. A skąd wiemy, że to ono? Aha, to jest... A, chwilę, to są dzielnice w sumie. Wiele tego tu jest. O, ty chodź, nie znam cię.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. I know what you're thinking. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it?
Co pogadamy?
Camellia, I know you work for Doran. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Tell me about Richard. Very well.
Se pogadaliśmy.
Hello again, miss. You don't seem to need much. Very well.
O Boże, na 5. level hipnozy wymaga, żeby ją zjeść? A, bo ją zjeść, bo jest zdrowa i ma ten... Nie ma żadnej choroby. Subciu, rubciu. Mogę wejść do kościoła? Nie mogę. Okej. List od Dariusza. Najdroższe umiłowane dzieci. Przepraszam, że nie skontaktowałem się z wami od kilku sytuacji, bo nie była skomplikowana. Wiem, że zabrzmi to egoistycznie głupio, jako że nadal żyjecie w kraju pochłoniętym wojną, lecz tu w Anglii również toczy się walka z biedą i niesprawiedliwością. To bój, w którym zamierzam brać udział, nie bacząc na swój podeszły wiek. Stąd mój list. Nie wrócę do Rumunii, to oznacza, że najpewniej nie zobaczę was przed śmiercią. Nie smućcie się, dziadki, jesteście już dorosłe i macie własne dzieci. Wiecie, że czasami trzeba wiele poświęcić, żeby uczynić świat lepszym. Ja muszę ponieść tę ofiarę, żeby raz jeszcze poczuć się użytecznym. Żyjcie długo i szczęśliwie, ucałujcie ode mnie wnuki i pamiętajcie, że ojciec śle wam miłość z tego dalekiego, zimnego kraju.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Chwilę, który to był ten Prescott? Czy jak mu tam... O, czyli jak go wyleczę, to mogę go zjeść, szybciej.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Pada deszcz.